Welcome to Sacramento, the capital of the state of California, where we conclude the Amgen Breakaway from Heart Disease Tour of California today with a 70-kilometer criterium-like stage in the city center right at the California State Capitol Museum. It is a flat stage and therefore everybody expects fast racing, finished with a bunch sprint. So Kirsten Wild is the favorite for the victory.
I hope we get a sprint, but I think it will be hard to control since we only with 4 riders left. But of course we try our best and we go for a bunch sprint.
Which teams will help you? Who are the other sprinters in the peloton today?
Yeah, the United Healthcare has a really strong sprinter with Corinne Riviera. And Marianne Vos, of course, is really strong. Taylor Wiles. I think there are a lot of strong American riders. Baba Kariski is really strong. I think there are a lot of teams who want to go for a sprint, but there are also a lot of teams who doesn't want to go for a sprint.
It's really important to have races all around the world, every continent, and for a long time cycling was European based, and it's good to have now a race in Asia, stage race here in America. And already for a long time women's cycling is on a very high level in America. You can see it on the GC Podium here. It's 1, 2, 3, and it's not that the Europeans stayed at home. So a high level racing in California, and everybody was really excited to have the bunch here, and a very, very good race as well.
It is a warm and sunny day in California. Teams seem to be relaxed and preparing themselves for the final stage. 20 laps with 3.5 kilometers each will be raced on wide, typically American roads. So even the 6 90-degree corners will be fast. Since the pack is riding fast and close together, the riders have to be aware of any crashes. Megan Gagne wears the yellow jersey and has a 15 seconds advantage over Kristen Armstrong. But even if the two-time Olympic champion wins the intermediate sprint on lap 15, and wins the stage and get all the bonification seconds, it would not be enough to take the yellow jersey off the shoulders of Gagne. And it might be even hard to drop the overall leader in this course. As the race unfolds, it's even hard to break away. Several riders try again and again, but the high speed in the peloton makes sure that nobody gets away. So it seems that the peloton decided that this stage will finish in a bunch sprint. Then in the 7th lap, it's Emily Collins who crashes hard after hitting a pothole and needs to be taken to the hospital with a fractured elbow. Other riders cannot avoid her, and Shara Gillow is one of the women who crashed with her. Luckily, she can get back on her bike after a bike swap.
Yeah, a girl came down in front of me from Tibco. She hit a pothole. I had nowhere to go. Her hand just flew off the front lever, and then she just lost it and her bike flipped down. I was right behind her, right near the front, which was a bit annoying because usually crashes happen at the back or in the middle. And I had nowhere to go. I hit the deck pretty hard and then girls were riding over me.
Attacks are flying, but nobody really gets away. At the end of lap 15, Gagne wins the intermediate sprint ahead of Emma Johansson and Kristen Armstrong. Gagne's team Bulls Dolmans is responding to the many attacks, and Gagne is in control the whole race. So it is time to prepare for the final bunch sprint. The blue and white sprint train of United Healthcare leads the peloton into the final lap, where Canyon SRAM and Rabolift take over. On the finishing straight, it is Lucinda Brandt who leads out the sprinters with Marianne Vos on her wheel, Kirsten Wild and Brennauer following. But after being the fastest yesterday in Santa Rosa, Vos cannot beat Wild. The Team High-Tech Product sprinter has the hardest punch and wins the final stage, beating Brennauer and Vos.
Well, there are a lot of strong competitors here, so it was not so easy to take the victory. But the team did an awesome job and kept everything together and worked really hard to make it into a bunch sprint and keep me in the best position for the finish. That made it a bit easier, but as I said, there are so much strong riders here. It wasn't simple.
Can you tell me about the final kilometers, how the lead out worked? I saw that UHC, United Healthcare, was leading it into the last lap, and after that?
Well, we decided that the girls brought me to the Goodwill, and I was first in the Canyon train, and after that a bit in the Rabobank train. And from that I started to sprint just a bit earlier than Marianne, and it was early enough.
While Wild wins the stage, Garnier finished 28th, safely settled in the middle of the bunch and holds on to her yellow jersey, becoming the overall winner of the Amgen Tour of California, also taking over the Women's World Tour jersey from her teammate Lizzie Armitstead.
I guess it hasn't sunk in. It was a hard week for us. It was hard to defend from the beginning, and yeah, just super happy that we kept it.
How hard was it to defend today? I mean, no breakaway really went away, but it was really fast all the time, I guess.
It was really fast. It was really hard. You needed to stay focused, because if 1 minute of not staying focused, you kind of, a crash can happen. We saw that did happen, and the girls were great. So
At the end, the overall victory here means also the lead in the Women's World Tour now. What does that mean? Lizzie and Chantal always told me that it's race by race and we're not going for the overall victory in the season. What about you? Do you want to keep that jersey for the rest of the season?
Race by race, but I think it's nice to keep it in the team, because if I just jumped over my two teammates Chantal and Lizzie, so yeah, keep it in the team. That's nice too.
Next target now after California will be the Giro?
We have Nationals next week, and then we have Philadelphia the following week.
So that would be 2 victories in the back.
I hope so. Yeah.
So it is Dutch woman Kirsten Wild of Team High-Tech Products who wins the final stage in California, followed by the German Lisa Braunauer and Marianne Vos of Raboliv. Megan Garnier remains her overall leader position and wins the Amgen Breakaway from Heart Disease Tour of California 2016. Kristen Armstrong and Evelyn Stevens complete the All-American podium. So that means we have a new race leader in the Women's World Tour. With her victory in California, it is Megan Garnier that overtakes her 2 teammates and take the overall lead in the World Tour. Johansson is now second, with Armitstead third. In the youth classification, nothing really changed. Nivea Doma still leads before Mackay and Van de Bos. However, Chloe Dijkert and Ruth Winder entered the youth classification with a 5th and 7th place. Next race of the UCI Women's World Tour follows on the 5th of June with the Philly Cycling Classic in Philadelphia. So, stay tuned.